Okay, so not technically all my guns. I mean, I've got one or two set up for long range. Some of them don't even have adjustable sights, but pretty much everything I own with a red dot or a reflex, they're all zeroed for peak accuracy around 25 yards.
Why? Well, a couple of reasons, really. First of all, my local range has among its many ranges a 25-yard range. It's usually empty, and I'm an antisocial hermit. Now, 25 yards is about as far as I can shoot a handgun with reasonable accuracy, and it's about as close as I can fire a rifle without feeling like a total tool.
And I can shoot them both. Here, at the 25-yard range, when I have time to go. Now, the second problem is a phenomenon my film school friends will be familiar with. It's called parallax. You see, the sights and the barrel are not on the same plane. That means your sight line and the path of the bullet are never actually going to line up perfectly. The higher above the barrel your sights are, the worse this problem becomes. And it's further complicated by the fact that gravity is always acting on the bullet. As a matter of fact, if I simultaneously fired a round straight ahead and dropped one from the same height, they'd hit the ground at the exact same time.
Mathematically, this leads to a strange phenomenon while shooting. You see, when I zero at 25 yards, the parallax means my shots will be too high if I shoot at 50 yards. But the fact that gravity pulls the bullet down means that with several of the rounds that I use somewhere between 100 and 200 yards, my rounds will actually be on target again. So I sort of get two zeros for the price of one.
Now, the third reason I consider the most practical and the most important, it comes down to the self-defense thing. The distance from the top to the bottom of my stairs is only 14 feet. Even the longest interior sight line in my house is less than 25 yards. So, let's pretend, for the sake of argument, that I did have to shoot someone. Now, this would very likely leave me a broken man. But despite that, I would have to explain my actions to the local police, whose job it would be to determine whether or not I had acted in self-defense, or whether or not I was guilty of murder. Now, maybe it's just me, but I think I would have a very difficult time trying to explain why I felt that my life was in imminent danger, why I felt that there was no other recourse other than to kill someone who was more than 25 yards away. Hello? Yeah, good luck with that.